Tomlin said that, Quaylen Cunningham continues to impress coming off the edge. Deshaun Hall came in at 258, the biggest he's ever been. Talk about their progress as well as Jarrett Johnson so far this spring.
Yeah, I tell you what, the both those young men, really those three guys you mentioned, have all to me done a very, very good job this spring, getting better. They're getting to me adjusted to a new scheme, which a lot of those guys have come off the ball a little bit with a little more speed, and they're taking advantage of it. They're having a good time. They're enjoying it. But all three of those guys you mentioned are making good progress this spring. I'm happy where they are right now.
And Julian just mentioned to us about some of the things that he's having to change up in order to fit into this new scheme. He said it's some just small technical things. Can you kind of go into that and what he's having to change up in order to fit in?
Well, just some of it's alignments as far as how we're playing our guys up front. I mean, some of it's looser alignments. The thing about this scheme, I guess, especially for the edge guys, is it's predicated on those edge guys getting pressure, and to me that's the most important part. You hear Coach Davis talk a lot of times about how if you have great corners and great defensive ends, you can play really good defense in this league. So as a group on the edge, all those guys are really trying to work to be the best rushers they can be in one-on-one situations, and that's one thing we stress and work on every single day. But there's some small nuances here or there, but for the most part, just being consistent rushers on a down-to-down basis.
Can Julian be that guy too? Because over the course of his career, it seems like he's been more of a end that focused on the run.
Right.
Can he be that guy, or what does he have to do to become that guy?
I tell you what, he's really improved. I mean, he's had a lot of time to work at it. That's one thing we stress more than anything this spring. He's worked at it. Obviously, I don't think he's blessed with the skill set that some of those other guys have. Speed, quickness, and that's the first step. But to me, what he lacks there, he makes up with technique and some hand speed and some upper body technique. So does he have the same skill set some of those young guys have? I would say no, but he works his tail off and he tries to do everything we ask him to do. So he's getting better.
What is Myles Garrett going to do to be better? What does he have to do to improve on the big freshman season he had?
Well, to me, I don't care who you are. He has a lot of room to improve. He's a lot of room to improve as far as technique, stance, steps, footwork, hand placement. I mean, all the little things. You become a great guy up front in this league, you have to get better at, and he has to get better at. I think every day, he's getting challenged. Now, he fell behind early because he had some nicks and bruises and didn't get a lot done probably those first 6 or 7 practice days. But the last 2 days, he's having to knock the rust off and, again, work on some of those techniques to help himself get better. Some more consistent pass rush moves, work on some better counters, and really be more physical at the point of attack in the run game are some things we're trying to work on him improving this spring.
Have you noticed a significant difference at all, other than the weight on Deshaun?
Yeah, I tell you what, he's working hard to be more of a technician in his rush, not just depend on speed. And I think that's one thing he's really worked on. We've worked on together as far as studying the game and studying how to make some of these moves and be more aggressive and more powerful with his hands. And a lot of that was because a year ago he's come out for 2 surgically repaired shoulders where he wasn't very strong from the upper body. And when you're not strong in your upper body, you can't use those hands violently like a boxer punches. I mean, that's how you rush the quarterback. You got to be violent with those hands. And because he lacked strength and had 2 bad shoulders, he struggled with physical hand movements in his pass rush. Well, I think now he's finally getting stronger. His shoulders feel stronger. He feels more confident. And because of that, he can be more physical with his hands and his upper body, and that's helped him become a better pass rusher.
What would you like to see out of your guys on Saturday in the scrimmage?
Production, improvement. One thing I would say in the room, don't make the same mistake twice. So I want to see across-the-board improvement. And we'll go here and grade this film tonight and then obviously watch with the guys tomorrow. But I want to make sure that we're eliminating mistakes, becoming more physical at the point of attack in the run game, and being consistent pass rushers in one-on-one situations.
Julian talked about Coach Davis saying he'd want to be 11 or 22, you want to be 33.
Exactly.
Can this defense, and especially you guys up front, have that depth?
I don't think there's any question. I mean, one of the things we're working on a daily basis is combinations up front. I mean, we're finally getting some bodies. A lot of them are still young, but a lot of them last year as true freshmen played a lot. So we're going to find different combinations, 1, 2, and 3 deep, that can get us through a season. I mean, you can't play with one defensive line. We found that out a few years ago. I mean, you can't do it, especially young guys at that point. So if we can develop a solid 1 deep, a solid 2 deep, and some threes that can come in there and help us, we can go out there and rush and attack people with the best of them.
Is it safe to say you feel like you'll have more talent and more depth at defensive end than you've had here before?
Well, the biggest thing is we signed a good class of freshmen last year, and they're all sophomores. So as you become sophomores, you get older, you get wider, you get better, you get stronger, you get bigger, you get faster. So the age on those young guys, along with the experience they had last year, is going to help them become better football players, and that's going to help our team.